The benefits I see of a community garden is the community spirit of people helping each other out, and old people, like I'm 80 now, so I can't do an awful lot, but I did as much as I could when I could. And we need to help the children to know there's something more than just the computer and the phone, and they can chat with each other and share stories about what's growing in each plot.
I love supporting each community garden in different ways. Every community garden needs a different support, different resources, different help, and I'm there with my heart to help them with anything they need.
An example where one of the volunteers this year had his own patch, and he saw that I was caging my zucchinis, and he was like, hey, I've never seen that. I'm going to try that next year. That was a great idea. So it's nice to, whether you're purposefully teaching or people are just watching you garden, that they're learning from you all the time.
I wanted to come because I like hang out with groups of people that help that pick trees and help the environment.
When the sustainability project people came in, wasn't really sure what I was getting into. That they came in so enthusiastic. It definitely is something I think the students in my school would benefit from being exposed to, and the teachers to be able to go out into that space with their classes.
But come follow through and take a gander.
When I moved to Meaford, I was passionate about permaculture, and I wanted to grow my own food. I wanted to know where my food comes from because I wanted to be healthy. I was introduced to this community garden by Jaden, who grew food, and I was super excited to know how this works and how the food bank works and how I can help my community and help community members. When I've seen how Meaford Community Garden works really well and is established, I wanted to help other community garden in the region and support people how to grow food, teach kids and seniors, create intergenerational connections, and help people to grow food together. So I've decided to write a bigger grant with the help of United Way and their food insecurity group to help others with the food insecurity in the region.
My name is Amanda. My role in the community garden is the coordinator at the Meaford Garden, which is the main garden, which we call MCG, at the old high school, and as well the Victoria Village Community Garden. I mean, the satisfaction of growing food for the community is obviously great, but working with the community members and being able to teach them different things about gardening, whether that's kids getting really excited about, seeing a seed pop up, or it's adults who maybe have been gardening for a long time, but you teach them a different technique that like I said, it's so fulfilling. I think that opening more community gardens with Simona would be really great.
So the Sustainability Project is fostering projects in the local communities to be sustainable, to help people and to help connect people and also to build their resiliency. We currently have a number of projects like Career Works, Regenerate Grey Bruce, Tiny Forests in Wyerton, Community Garden Network, and all these projects are non-profit.
Well, the best thing a nonprofit or a group that wants to start something like this in their community or in another school could do is to come in and be very well planned. It wasn't a lot of work for the school because the sustainability project had applied for grants and they brought all the money to the table to build it. They organized and planned it and kept us well informed about when things were happening and asked questions about, what part of the day is it best to do this. And a lot of our students got to go out and plant some of the trees during the process, which they loved. And the kids even now when they go out, they say, I planted that tree and that tree and that tree. And so they really loved that aspect of it. It's a hill that goes down to our track, and it was just grass that we cut, and there's a lot of water that came off a parking lot nearby, and part of this was like how much water, and it's really neat to see because the plants further down grow faster and taller than the ones near the top because of just the flow of the water. So there's a lot of that to it, but I think it makes it looks really nice. At some point this was a field, so it brings a lot of outdoors into a relatively new build. So if you've been on a property for 100 years, of course you've got mature trees, but when you haven't been here for 100 years, then it gives you like a forest basically in our space that you don't need to take a field trip to go and see. And I think as we go forward, these students will be big stewards of the project, and it might inspire some of them, you know, their career paths eventually.
The sustainable project is not only to have a project, it's also the networking and learning from each other and how can we support the ideas that people would like to transform into bigger projects. So we are not limited to the area, we are not limited to one project. We love to do whatever is sustainable and whatever means for the earth and people, we are there for them.
I was retiring from a very active holistic centre that I had of 50 acres and looking for somewhere that I could live closer to town but be supportive in a group community. And I went to an environmental meeting. I belonged to the Environmental Network in Collingwood, but I went to one in Thornbury. They were so connected to the earth. There was joy, there was good food. And healthy. I would definitely say that the community garden helps bonding and it helps people know each other of different generations, different cultures possibly as well, and different foods, but foods that they've not been used to before, and it just widens the whole horizon. Plus they're eating healthy food, so healthy food gives a healthy person.
Welcome to Meaford Community Garden. We're about to enter into a land of beauty and mass production of vegetables that we produce for the food bank in our local community here. Our first project on the left here is our worms, which compost all the weeds and food from the various kitchen tables in the community. And that is magic gold that helps grow the plants and produce lots of great tasty tomatoes. So we do a food culture here where we're cultivating various plants. We like the black currants because you can make jams, and those of course are very handy in the food bank, which tends to get more carbons, starches, and cardboard box of food. These are our pie pumpkins ready to go for the season. And of course, as you put them on a trellis, they get a little heavy, so they need a shopping bag to keep them supported. We'll go through here to see our hoop house, which is where the magic happens for things like peppers and tomatoes that need a lot of heat. And in the Georgian Bay area, our nighttime temperatures are a little cool. So this helps us get these plants through the summer, and they get more vibrant and produce more produce. When you step through that doorway, there's like 5 degrees change in Celsius in temperature. And so you need to water this quite frequently. But come follow through and take a gander. You may wonder why we have flowers like marigolds and nasturtiums in the hoop house. They're a natural insect or pesticide control without chemicals, because aphids and other insects will navigate to those plants and eat them instead of course to tomatoes or the herbs. So since we do 1/3 of our produce to our gardeners who have often their own plots, we also do a communal gardening, and 1/3 of all that produce goes to our local food bank. As well, we have a community fridge, and that is in conjunction with the food bank, and that also 1/3 of our produce goes there. We have 3 seasons. We have an early spring crop, crops that grow over the winter, things like kale, Swiss chard, onions, root vegetables. And then we go into our summer vegetable, and behind me, because this is the last week of August, is our fall crop. So we got beans here, we've got Brussels sprouts and cauliflower, and those will be harvested just late October. The garden behind me is all for the food bank. It's done in a circle because we as a community circle each other and support each other with love. It's also an Indigenous symbol of inclusivity. So we do that, and there is many different sections that have various produce, and we rotate through the different vegetables that are grown there throughout the season. After growing all this good food, first of all, we bring the harvest over to this shed so we can sit out of the sun and the rain. We sit around together and we weigh it and we package it and send it off to the food bank. The other thing is this shed collects rain. It's a rain array and we collect the water in the bins just to the behind me. We also use that hoop house over there to collect rainwater, because the more we can use rainwater, the healthier the plants are.
So this is another project of the Community Garden Network and Sustainability Project. We built this garden this year in 2024 with City of Owen Sound and with the support of Grey County. The way how the garden started was when the local residents approached me to start a community garden in the residential area and to help the community to be together to address the food insecurity, but also the local crime, to engage people to spend more time together.
Hi, I'm Peter Lazarchik. Welcome to Ed Taylor Community Garden. Come on, I'll give you a tour. Walk with me. Right over here, we got our beautiful new shed, which was provided for us for the beautiful community. As you can see, as we walk through, we got beautiful little space, and it's gonna have a lot of beautiful things growing in the future. I wanna say a lot of people came out this year. We're very proud of it. If you're looking at the rest of things, we did some mulching here. We did a lot of the plantings that were donated. What you're seeing is people that live in this neighborhood just coming out and being themselves. Right in here, this is one spot I love. This is the beautiful pollinator garden. It's the first one, so we're doing something that I really like. Creates a little, where all the honey and all the sweetness comes through to help us grow what we're anticipating, for people to come together and enjoy this space.
Welcome to our garden. This is our 4th summer now, and it's just an opportunity for the kids to get involved and learn how to grow some food. Come on in, I'll show you around. Here's one of our helpers here. Well, we're coming to the end of our season here, but we do have lots of things still growing. Here we have mostly some wild flowers that we can use. We've got a big bed of rhubarb so we can make some pie and custards and crumbles. We had some zucchini and some more tomatoes and some peppers. We have our shed with all of our supplies that we need and a hose so we can get water if we haven't had a lot of rain. We have a whole bed of strawberries, and this was our first season. We actually had a great big harvest and all the kids got to eat some of those, so that was pretty yummy. We've added some containers this year. This is a salad bed with some peppers and kale. I enjoy participating in the garden because it just gives me an opportunity to share some of the knowledge with the kids, how to grow some really yummy fruits and vegetables that they can eat. They enjoy watering everything and getting together. So it's just a really good opportunity for them.
Welcome to Riverstone Retreat, where we, with partnership with Elephant Thoughts, we are working on this community garden that has been established by many hands with people that care for this land. We are partnering with also groups in GTA, where youth come to this space to connect with the land and be one with the land and learn how to grow food and learn some life skills. We focus here on workshops like hugelculture. We teach how to look after food forest, how to build food forest, but also regular composting and how to grow food in greenhouses. So we really would like to welcome you to this space, to any community gardens, and come to heal, to learn, just to be in the space and breathe the air.